Did you know that 200 minus 100 does not mean that you can give them $100,000 or let's say 50% of $100,000 in that buyout? No, that's not how it works. So stay tuned so I can show you all the breakdowns. Hey guys, as a loan officer, I want to share with you the advice that I can and all the data that I have or information that I have stored in my mind after all these years of experience when it comes to divorces and mortgages and real estate. So hang tight till the end of the video if you want all the information you need to know about mortgages and divorce. As promised, this is your one-stop shop for anything and everything mortgage education. Please be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to be notified as I post new videos every Tuesday and Saturday. I have helped thousands of customers with millions and millions of dollars in mortgage financing, and I have a great reputation that I work hard for by helping customers and going above and beyond in any way possible. If you don't believe me, check out my reviews. I work really hard for those. When it comes to divorce and mortgages, can you buy them out? Do you want to buy them out? Do they want you to buy them out? All of those things come into play. So I'm going to break down a bunch of different scenarios for you and use some actual hard numbers so that I can show you what that looks like. Did you know that if you have a $200,000 home, you owe $100,000 on it? Your spouse is on the mortgage with you as well as on the title with you, and now you guys are going through a divorce. Did you know that 200 minus 100 does not mean that you can give them $100,000 or let's say 50% of $100,000 in that buyout? No, that's not how it works. So stay tuned so I can show you all the breakdowns. The first thing you need to consider when it comes to refinancing or mortgages and divorce is who is on the title and who is on the mortgage. Not sure if you even realize that you can actually be on the title without being on the mortgage. And so in some instances, the spouse might just be on title and it's as simple as a buyout and a donation. But if the spouse is on the mortgage, you have to do a full-blown refinance or sell the property to release that mortgage and be able to then deal with a buyout of that spouse. So are they on title, are they on mortgage, or are they on both? Keep that in mind. Let's go back to my $200,000 and $100,000 example. So a lot of people think when they're going through divorces, they're like, well, I mean, our house is worth $200,000 and we only owe $100,000. So that means there's $100,000 equity left for us to split and you owe me $50,000 since you want to stay in the house or whatever the situation might be. That sounds wonderful, but that is not how that works, whether you're selling or refinancing. So let's further break that down. Okay. So 200,000 minus 100,000 leaves 100. Yes, there's $100,000 in equity technically to split, which would be 50,000 and 50,000 if you're doing an even split. But how do you get to that number, right? Doesn't always mean that selling is going to get you there, and it doesn't always mean that refinancing is going to get you there either. What in the world am I talking about? Well, let's use the selling example. If you sell the home for $200,000, now there are many options. You might go for sell by owner, which I don't recommend, but you might also have a realtor and you might pay different percentages of commission. So I'm just going to use a standard example. I'm assuming a $200,000 price. I am assuming a 6% realtor commission. So what I would do is I would take 200,000 times 94%, which is my 100 minus that 6% commission, leaving me 94. That gives me $188,000 to play with in this example, okay? Now, remember, we supposedly owe $100,000, so that comes off the 188. That leaves $88,000 left. Now, we're still not done. Don't forget, you've got property tax prorations, you've got escrow accounts to settle and all of that. But to keep it simple and just put that on the side, let's assume we're dealing with $88,000. So that is divided by 2, which gives us $44,000 each. So when we thought that the $200,000 home with the $100,000 equity was going to net you each $50,000, if you sell the property, that's not necessarily the case. You've actually only got $88,000 to split in this example. And again, don't forget settling out escrow, tax prorations, all that kind of stuff. So I just don't want anybody to be blindsided when it comes to all these things, which is why I'm here to help. Okay, Let's talk about the refinance option. Did you know that when you are refinancing to cash out, we call it cash out when you're paying off anything besides just your one first mortgage. So you would be cashing out to buy out your spouse going through a divorce. What does that look like? Because remember, we learned that we were assuming we would each get 50 grand, dividing that 100 into two. Then realized that if we were to sell it, that 100 grand real quickly dropped to 88, and it's probably going to be even less than, well, I know it's going to be even less than that. Now let's look at it from a refinance example. So when you're cashing out, which is what we call it in the mortgage world, you cannot borrow more than 80% of the value of that property. And in some instances, it's 75, depending upon a whole number of factors. But today we're gonna go with 80, okay? So you've got a $200,000 value times 80%. That gives us a potential loan amount of $160,000 in this example, okay? Well, now, don't forget you're gonna have closing costs and prepaid items as well. To keep life simple, let's assume it's an easy $5,000. So now we've got 160 minus closing cost and prepaids minus the 100,000, which leaves us $55,000 to then split. That's crazy, right? So we went from, we thought we were getting 100 to split, to if we sold, we're really getting less than 88 to split, to if we refinance, maybe we'll have 55 to split. So knowledge is power, like I always say. I hope this helps you. I hope this helps someone. And you can use these reference points to give yourself some ideas on these calculations so that you're not blindsided. Did you know that you can't pull out all of the equity if you refinance the home to buy out your spouse? So if you have a $200,000 home and you owe $100,000, you're not able to cash out that full extra 100 to split between the two of you, if that's what you were looking to do, right? So you want to keep that in mind because you cannot pull out the full equity of the property. Now, let's say that you were refinancing because you wanted to stay there, okay? So you might not cash out all of your portion. You might want to leave that equity in the house, and that's okay. And of course, that's going to skew the numbers. So keep that in mind when you're doing all of your calculations. I'm going to provide you with your home loan reference guide, and I'm going to put the link below. And what it does is it tells you about the different types of loans, such as conventional, VA, FHA, rural development. All of these different loan types have different guidelines and regulations when it comes to refinancing and or cashing out. And those regulations will make a difference on how much cash or equity you can get your hands on to do that buyout. Do me a favor. I don't want to be up here all alone just speaking at you. So I would love and appreciate the engagement. Has this video helped you? Please drop a yes in the comments below if this has helped you with more knowledge about mortgages and divorce. I hope you enjoyed the video and you find it very valuable. Here are some other videos that I hope will help you in anything and everything that you need mortgage education. Don't forget to hit the bell to be notified and subscribe to the channel. And I'd really appreciate your feedback, and I would love a good old thumbs up, aka a like. And don't forget, let's connect on social media. _the real Stephanie Weeks is my Insta handle.